Hey guys, it's RebelQueen. Okay, first off, this is not movie, game, or cartoon review. This is actually a public service announcement. Yesterday, on Sunday the 13th, me and my father were in a car wreck. Obviously, since I'm doing this announcement, I am okay for the most part. And also, before anybody asks, the wreck was not our fault. Um, uh, yeah, I'm okay for the most part, aside from this seatbelt rash and some bruising. It it was a crazy. It was crazy. This was pretty much the first major wreck I was ever in, and like I said, it was not our fault. It was the crazy. It was a fucking bitch who ran the red light. Basically, me and my dad, we were running our usual Sunday errands. We were just heading over to get his usual weekly gas for the week. His gas for the week. And we were at the stoplight. It had just turned green. We were pretty much just going forward. We were only about 5-10 miles per hour, and then next thing you know, hurrah, boom! Airbags deploying, and all everybody, and it's chaos. I mean, I'm all that. It's like I said, it was chaos. It's like all that happened. I screamed, and like when the airbags deployed, one of my first thoughts was, as much as they during that whole thing was like, as much as I know that they help save lives, they can also cause as much damage. So it's like my hands came up. So these two fingers on my hands actually do kind of hurt. They're okay. They're not bruised or anything. They're just sore. But it was crazy. It's like I was able to actually exit the vehicle on my own power and stuff, but it's like I actually had to kind of dig around for my glasses and my phone and stuff. But the person who ran the red light hit a car in the lane next to us, which then hit us, and my dad then went and hit one of the light poles. And so pretty much my dad's truck is totaled. Well, not pretty much, it is totaled. Honestly, with as bad as the damage is to the truck, me and my dad are lucky to have come out with as little injuries as we actually did, but there's also still the fact that we're still kind of waiting and watching to see if we get any other things pop up in these few days later, because anybody who's been in an accident knows that sometimes there are things that can still pop up like a few days later. But I could kind of tell my dad what he was staying calm for the most part, but because he was having to get but the whole accident was pretty much the whole 9 yards. It's like with the airbags deploying, and then out comes the police, the ambulance with the fire trucks and all that. But it's like I said, he was playing it cool because it's like he's having to get the case file for insurance, and Of course, there's going to be legal stuff, but I could tell he was pissed. But he's also having to try and play it cool because obviously he's also trying to make sure that his like I said, his baby girl's okay. Because it's like I was looked over by the EMTs, and like I said, I'm okay aside from this seatbelt burn, which, well, I mean seatbelt rash, which it is looking a little bit better than it was yesterday. But it's like it goes pretty much down all the way down here, and there is a bruise, and I do have bruises on my legs. And aside from my heart rate being elevated, which after that whole deal, that it's understandable that it was elevated. But he was, I could kind of tell he was not a happy camper, but who would be in that situation? But like I said, the whole front end of his truck was just crushed in. There's no chance of his truck being fixed from that. He has to get a new truck. And honestly, I believe I have brought my dad up before on this channel and on the streaming channel. He is a veteran. To make matters worse, he's a Marine veteran. Specifically, a Vietnam Marine veteran. Yeah. That's not a good combo. Especially considering he used to have on that truck the little thing that goes around your license plates that did say he was a veteran. Obviously, since the truck did have to be taken away by the insurance people because of all this stuff, that did get taken off the truck. But yeah. But yeah, no, during all this, like, I had to take my phone and call my mother to come get us, and it was like, so that all this could go on. But it's like, still, basically what I'm saying is, like, you guys need to pay attention to what you're doing on the road, because my dad's not sure, but he thinks the lady who caused all this might have been on a cell phone. He's not 100%, but he thinks that might have been the case. Or if not, the other option is that might have been trying to beat the red light. So, like, you kind of know what I mean by that. Like, oh, saw the light was yellow and was trying to zoom on through before it turned red. Didn't quite make it. But he's more sticking to, I think she might have been on her cell phone and wasn't paying the fuck attention. He's kind of sticking with that one. So, which is kind of why I'm saying you guys need to pay attention to what you're doing when you're driving. Because with as bad as the damage was to my dad's truck, well, as bad as the damage is to my dad's truck, we got pretty lucky with what little injuries we walked away with. I mean, yeah, we're still kind of waiting to see if these few days, to see if maybe we get any of the post few days injuries that crop up. But if anything else, if we hadn't been so lucky, there could have been a very real chance that we could have been going to a hospital that day, because the front end of his truck was pretty much, I mean, before my mom showed up to come get us and all that, I was kind of, and after the EMTs had finished looking me over and saying, nope, everything's fine, you just kind of have that elevated heart rate, you need to just kind of take a few deep breaths to calm it down. And I'm like, I just kind of looked at him and went, this is not the way I wanted to see your truck go. Because to be fair, his truck is semi-old, but that just kind of proves the durability of it, and the fact that it has been a good truck, and we've been taking good care of it. But no, the main factor I'm trying to point out here is, like, you need to be paying it. Anybody who's driving, you need to be anybody who's driving who has a driver's license, you need to be paying attention to what you're doing, and you need to be following the rules of the road. Basically, especially if you're a young driver who's watching these videos, no cell phone usage. That's even a law in lots of different counties and stuff. That's pretty much no texting and driving. Because that can get you. I know, like, a few different places have a different dollar amount on their fine, but I know, especially like if you're in a school zone and you do it, I know, like, here in our area, like some places it's like a $200 fine or $75. It really kind of varies. I'm sorry, it's just, yesterday was hectic. It's like, in fact, I'm still really sore from all this. But while it's still pretty fresh in my head, I want to get this out there. Because when it all happened, I was scared for my life. I was scared, honestly. Once my mom got there, and we had transferred over the groceries and stuff into her truck, and I was able to just kind of sit in her vehicle. I'll be honest, guys, I think everything had just kind of, the shock of everything had just kind of worn off. I broke down crying. I think, like I said, I think the shock of everything had worn off, and I think my brain had finally filtered in the fact that, oh my God, this could have been so much worse. And also, when you're driving, you also need to really kind of pay attention to motorcyclists too, because they can be so much of an easier target for the cars. Believe me, I know. I have a Class M on my license, because they're a smaller target, and they don't present well. They don't present as well in the viewfinders and stuff. So you also kind of need to keep them in mind too. But really, you guys need to be paying attention to the rules of the road. Because honestly, if this bitch had not run this red light, none of this would have happened. And if it honestly was because she was messing with her phone, Nuh-uh. Because I'm hurt, my dad's hurt, the person in the other car is hurt. I don't know to what extent they're hurt, but I know they're hurt. It's just she caused so much chaos. It's like I'm like I said, I'm just honestly surprised that me and my dad kind of walked out of there with as minimal injuries as we did, but still we're kind of in that few days after that kind of waiting period of, okay, you're still a few days after the accident. Let's wait and see to see if anything else pops up on you. Like, oh, is your neck or shoulder gonna do anything from the accident? But yeah, no. Please, guys, pay attention to what you're doing on the road. Don't mess with your phones. Don't try to, I can't really say don't try to beat a red light, because if you're really close to a yellow light and you know you can make it before it turns red, then yeah, you can do it, but only if you're really sure. But if you're like way too far down the street from it, don't even bother. Because you're just putting yourself and other people in danger. Because if you try to speed up to get through it, then you can't brake safely when it inevitably turns red. And just follow the rules of the road. Because otherwise, with an accident like this, things could have turned out a whole lot differently. Me and my dad could have ended up going to the hospital if things had been different. Anyway, that's it. Albion's going to be doing some streaming. He got the equipment in, and if you watched the stream he did a couple nights ago, so far it looks like the equipment might be helping. He's going to do another stream here soon to test out another thing with the equipment to see if that'll help matters. So, depending on how things go, you might see more streaming from Albion. And again, hopefully with the whole COVID situation, because they're talking with the vaccine stuff that we hopefully might have vaccines soon, because one of the front runner vaccine just got put back on its phase 3 trials after having a little hiccup, and the other vaccines are still in their trials. So here's hoping. Anyway, again, everybody, pay attention to the rules of the road, because I don't know about you guys, I don't want to have another wreck. I mean, like I said, I don't know about you guys. I can't speak for you viewers out there, because I don't know if any of you guys have had a wreck or not. But I don't want to have a wreck. I don't think you guys want to have a wreck if this is just a little bit of the thing you might go through, but also the whole dealing with cops and insurance isn't fun. Especially, well, I can't, well, I'm not even going to go into the legal stuff right now, because that's just a whole nother bag of worms. Well, not bag of worms, can of worms, I'm sorry. Like I said, it's just been chaotic. So, see you guys later. Bye.